Hey guys, welcome back. Oh, sorry, I was supposed to be very edgy and cool because in today's video, you can tell from my obnoxious, cute, goth, whatever I had that's black thrown together, we're gonna keep it edgy. We're going to keep it punk. Color of the day is black. We're keeping it cool. And all of this promised by a little scaredy cat awkward girl. But really, I just had a lot of figures that I wanted to open and they were all kind of like black and kind of like looked very edgy, and I thought I would theme it around that. And I realized I think I should like get back into cosplay or something, because I actually love dressing up and putting things that I can't really wear in public on my head. I really enjoy that. Anyway, enough with the rambling. Let's get into today's anime figure and merch haul. And we're gonna keep it edgy. One of these, you know? And we're actually gonna start relatively authentic because I think this is a very cool and edgy figure. This is the Guts Berserker Armor version L-size Good Smile Company pop-up parade. This figure looks so badass. So this is a pop-up parade L size, which is more like a 1/8, 1/7 scale size. And this figure has actually been re-released 3 times. It's a very popular pop-up parade. He retails for 8,000 yen, which is definitely cheaper than a scale figure. So yeah. Let's bust him out. Let's get him out. By the way, if you thought this was like just some cool punk shirt I had, nah, it's actually still an anime shirt. It's Evangelion. Yeah, I'm kind of cool like that. All right, here's the man of the hour. Straight up, he looks fucking sick. He looks really, really, really cool. The armor detail is so good. The way that they've sculpted the texture of the armor that matches the way that the manga panels look is awesome. Like, he literally looks like he walked straight out of the manga. I feel like the details on the cape and the sword aren't as good as the armor. It definitely could have used a little more effort. The other nitpick I have is I feel like the base that he's sitting on is like the same tone as everything else, and I wish they went for either a lighter or a darker shade just so it differentiates it. There's a very cool pop of red for the eyes and the detailing is really well done. And you can actually go out and buy like this specific hobby light, and there's a separate head where you can put the light in and the eyes glow. I'll try and cook that up for the B-roll, but that sounds so cool. Yeah, so overall, I really, really, really recommend this figure. I mean, just look at it. I don't know. I feel like I'm like matching with it, but like it just looks so fucking cool. I feel like there's a lot of Guts figures out that are very expensive. From what I've seen, they're mostly statues, and these like resin statues look amazing. But while I think Berserk is amazing, the general aesthetic of Berserk doesn't really match. Like, look at the difference between him and the background. So I can't really justify dropping like $1,000 on a resin scale. And I think this price range for this quality, for this pop-up parade, is like the perfect combination. Yeah, it's a really great middle ground. And I think there's also a really cool looking size L Zod that's coming out. Yeah, he looks very cool as well. So excited for that one. And I'm very excited for this man. I think he looks really funny there, just in front of my little shoujo manga, fruits basket, yeah. Next up, keeping with the somewhat edgy theme, we have a Chainsaw Man figure. So this is the Aki figure by Mythos. I believe it is a 1/7 scale. And he came out a while ago and I shipped him surface on a boat because I'm a cheapskate. And he's finally here. I was so excited. He's one of my most anticipated figures of the year. This figure is like a combination made in heaven. Like, it's my favorite manufacturer, Mythos, making one of my favorite characters, and the figure itself, it looks amazing. I mean, just like the casual sex appeal that this figure has, and the blood, oh my god. Anyway, let's get him out. Here he is. Oh my god, he is perfect the figure, the pose, the blood, ugh. Although this figure's price is high for Mythios especially, he retailed for 26,000 yen, which is very expensive for a Mythos figure, especially when you look at what else they've done for 26,000 yen. Makes me wonder if it's like the licensing's costing more, or maybe they just assume it'll sell more, so it's corporate greed or something like that, I don't know. Anyway, the figure is phenomenal. I'm so impressed. It is exactly what I wanted it to be. Everything in this figure is put together by magnets, so you could actually just display him in the chair without the base, but I do love the base and the gore that's on it. The sculpt of the figure is great. Aki's outfit is pretty plain here, but even if it's plain clothes, it's done really well. It's draped really realistically. The painting of the blood is a highlight for me. I don't know what paint they've used, but it looks very realistic and it just pops. There's like a gloss to it. I think they absolutely nailed his face, and I love the cigarette dangling out of his mouth. It just makes the whole vibe of this figure like so cool. One other note is I've seen some people online say that he's pretty small for a 1/7, and I would have to agree. I definitely feel like he might be in between a 1/8 and a 1/7. Maybe because he's sitting down or something, but I don't really mind about that though. And again, I love that he kind of matches me today. Barely. But yeah, I love this figure, and I love that I'm adding more male figures to my collection because it's very overwhelmingly female. But yeah, I like this. All right, so moving on. One of the great ways to make a character from an edgy show not edgy is to turn them into adorable lookup figures. I've had this Power lookup figure for ages now, and she's so cute. I love her. She sits on my desk, but I saw the rest of the gang on sale. They're kind of in the bargain bin. So I did pick up the other ones. There's Aki, Makima, and Denji on the bottom. So yeah, Power's gonna have some friends. We're gonna open them up. These retail for about 3,000 yen, but on sale they were like 2,000 yen. So I like to keep my eye out on AmiAmi for any sales because I really like these. I love how they look on bookshelves. I've read these. I've said this like a few times now. First up is Denji. He looks very cute with Power. Like not a single coherent thought between the two of these. They're both like, oh. Then we have Aki. He's just sitting here looking very patient. I love his like ponytail. It looks ridiculous on this figure. And last up we have boss bitch Makima herself. I think they nailed her eyes. I love how vibrant they look. The gang's all together. I think they look really cute. I think the Denji one actually has the nicest detail by far, but they all look great together, and I'm gonna put them in front of my Chainsaw Man manga. I've been watching Dungeon Meshi, and they need to make Dungeon Meshi lookup figures. That would be so cute, and it should come with a little campfire like pot that they can all sit around. That would be so adorable. I'd be slapping my wallet down. Next up, I wanted to take some time out to thank Kika Goods for sending me some blind boxes to show you guys. They've sent me some before and I'm in love with them. This time I picked all different types. Some are edgy, some are just straight up so cute. So first up for the cute ones, I got these little jelly things that are so delicious. I just want to eat them. I got a little cute Neko cat, this adorable bunny from the Emma series, and I couldn't resist picking up another ghost from the Ghost series, and I got the ghost that I wanted, which was the yummy looking ketchup ghost. And then moving on to some feminine energy, I picked up a Malinta girl retro, so cute. And then this Anita Shining Star series, which makes me think of the clip from Pearl. And I got the Nerd Girl, which I'm not going to take personally. I did want the nurse, however. And then from the Laura Sweet Monster line, everything in this line is literally so cute and creepy as well, so I love it. But I got the one I wanted the most, which is the Vampire Moose Cake. She's so cute. Lastly, I kept the two edgiest to unbox here. The first one is the Yuli Deep Sea, I don't know, but they're queens and they're kind of creepy and they're all slaying, and I really want the one that's giving me Splatoon fucking sexy energy. Jesus. Anyway, pray for me. Oh, I got literally the only one that's not primarily black, but she's so cute. She's in a clamshell. She's very pastel and cute, which is, don't worry, look behind me. It's a theme I can get behind. Lastly, I have a blind box of Yandere girls, and I love these designs. Of course, I'd be happy with classic schoolgirl, or I love this little cyber violence one. Wish me luck. Oh my gosh, I love her. This is probably one of my favorites. This one's called No Appearance Discussion, but she's so cute. Oh my god, literally me. You can't say that on camera to thousands of people. It's not funny. So big thank you to Kika Goods for sending those out to me. If any of those looked up your alley, you should definitely check out their website where they sell a ton more different blind boxes. You can buy individual ones, you can buy sets of 3, or you could go ahead and buy the whole box. I've been leaning more into like knick-knack core, where I try to litter my room with little knickknacks, and blind boxes, and the little blind box figures are like such a cute and fantastic way to do that. Thanks again to Kika Goods for sending those out. So we can't really talk about being cute goth without paying homage to our Lord and Savior Kuromi. Little hair clip. So I picked up some Kuromi stuff. So a bit of context. A few weeks ago, I had a really terrible week. One of the most stressful weeks for me. I had a lot of work stress. I was just so down in the dumps, depressed. And I did a bad thing. I went to go seek some retail therapy. And I went to Ami and I was like, Kuromi. I don't know, just looking at the Sanrio stuff. And I saw this Kuromi plushie and I'm thinking, oh my god, I don't actually have like a big-ish Kuromi plushie for how much I like Kuromi. And the listing was like, yeah, it's pretty big. It's like 80 centimeters. So I was like, oh, what, 80 centimeters? Like whatever. And I bought it. And oh, guys, she's so big. What the hell? Is this 80 centimeters? Like, I did not think she'd be so f***ing big. She's actually so cute. What the hell? Look at this. I think this is the best frame that I've ever filmed. Anyway, yeah, so 80 centimeters is actually like pretty big. It's because it's 80 centimeters in height, and then she's also got obviously a bit of girth and width to her, but she's so cute. She's so obnoxiously big that I basically keep her on my sofa. So now she like watches TV with me. Also, I saw on Instagram the Sanrio rankings are out, so please vote. I also find it so cute how different countries have like a different Sanrio preference. Also, on the theme of Kuromi, I picked up the Kuromi Nano Blocks, which is so cute. I can't wait to build her and then I'll put her in my room. They made her kind of pastel-y purple. I wonder if there's a black version, but I kind of like the purple. I feel like I'm holding her like she's a little baby that I'm holding. Next up, I wanted to shoehorn in some edgy merch. I've been back on my acrylic stand grind. I put up these like really narrow shelves in my room and I realized that acrylic stands look great on them. So I couldn't resist this wizard Miku. She looks so cool, so badass. Black lace dripped out. She looks gorgeous. The Miku and like Vocaloid acrylic stands are unrivaled. They get some of the best art, the best designs. The Rin for this was so cute as well. She's got a little monocle. I actually might just order it. I just really want to order it like right now. Oh no, the matching Len is sold out. But the Rin is so cute. I think I'm gonna get that. Next up, I have some plushies and they match today's vibe impeccably. But we have this one. So if you're a fan of Pinocchio P, the Vocaloid composer, then you'll know that this is, I've actually never said this name out loud, Imina. This is a character that they use in their songs a lot, and I'm pretty sure it's supposed to look like Miku because the original one's like blue. But I love that it's kind of looks like Miku, but then kind of just looks like a little freak, you know? I love it. I love it. It's slightly creepy. So they had these as prizes at Round 1, which is a like amusement arcade in Japan, from 3 of their popular songs. This one's from Love It, and then they had like a little goat guy from non-breath, and then I forgot the other one. But they also have, and I also picked it up, this little bobblehead, which is so cute. So this is her looking like Miku, and it just bubbles. Pop off, queen. Look at her go. But yeah, I picked this one because it's not necessarily my favorite song, but it's my favorite design. Like probably the rest of the world, my favorite song by Pinocchio P is Goddish. I feel like that song rewired something in my brain because it's one of the only songs I can listen to all the time and not get sick of it. Like, I still blast it and I'm not sick of it. I don't know how that works. And that's when I realized that they actually made a Goddish plush, which is so cute. I'm pretty sure this is Goddish. I know like there's no veil. So this was from another like round one prize set where they had Magical Girl Chocolate and like I think just the original design and the Goddish one, which I picked up. I also picked up this Goddish keychain. I love it. It's one of my favorite keychains ever. I don't think I'm ever gonna put it on a bag because if it ever falls on the ground and I lose it, like I'm done for, that's it. So I'm gonna keep it hung up in my room. And I got all these things secondhand from Mercari. Next up, we have a Dress Up Darling figure, which would usually not be edgy, but it kind of is if she's dressing up as Shizuku. Because she's doing a bit of a sussy cosplay here, it's allowed to be in the haul. This though is the Taito Artist Masterpiece Shizuku version, and I've seen this pop off online because it's definitely one of the nicer Marin figures, and for a prize figure she looks really, really good. So I picked this one up secondhand for about 3,000 yen. I'm very excited to see how she looks. Let's get her out. She's really nice. She's definitely a prize figure, but she's one of the nicer prize figures I've ever seen. She comes on this plush base and it's actually angled up so you can get a better viewing angle of the figure, which is really cool. Nothing about this figure immediately screams out it's a prize figure, and usually you find like seams and other quality things that scream out prize figure, but this one's really nice. They've used a lot of textures to be smart about coloring. So they've got some nice textures on her tights and in her dress that it's all really one color, but because of the texture, it makes it look way more detailed than it really is. There is some nice detailing in the headpiece specifically, but also in the frills of the dress. I'm also really impressed with the hair sculpt. I feel like this is better hair than I've seen in some scale figures, especially the way it kind of rolls over her shoulder. And again, her face is really, really cute, and I think cuter than some scale figure faces. I really like the flush cheeks. That just elevates it so much more. And she also comes with this really cool chain that just makes the figure look a little bit more high quality. I really, really recommend this figure. It is so cute and good for 3,000 yen. And I don't think there's many other versions of her in this cosplay. I think there are some scale figures coming out, but honestly, for 3,000 yen when this is available, like, just get this. So next up, sticking with the theme of a cosplay, we have a figure of someone cosplaying in like a sailor uniform, which is typically not like edgy, but it is because it's a creepy ass alien doing it. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm talking about the Kalne Na 1/7, just scale figure by Union Creative. This is the Sailor Fuku version. So guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm no expert on Kalne Na lore. I don't even know if that's how you're supposed to like say that name out loud, but I just love this entity, this thing. So from what I can gather, everything starts from Miku, right? Like you all went to science class. So she's a fan version of Miku, who is an alien or something called Ka, who likes dressing up as Miku. And she's got this bug on her head that's like her friend, so you'll always see that bug. And actually, normally she's in this like terrifying mechanical crab looking form, but she could also just like, you know, lock it in and be a cute girl. So yeah, I'm not that deep, but I did kind of fall in love with the concept and the figures, and I just like how creepy it is. Cute creepy is an aesthetic I can really get behind. And Union Creative is actually like the mastermind behind making all of these figures, and they've recently started doing re-releases of the Miku version and also this version, which is the Sailor Fuku version. I have the Miku version pre-ordered, but the store I pre-ordered from is kind of like screwing me over, so I will get that at some point. But for now, I have this one. So she originally released for 14,000 yen. In the recent re-release, she went for 16,000 yen, which is honestly these days not too bad for a scale figure. But yeah, let's get her open and take a look. All right, here she is. I think she is amazing. She's definitely an icon. Like, this figure is very dramatic. The silhouette and the pose is very dramatic, and she's also very thin, which I noticed. I think they're kind of going for that heroine chic look. The sculpt of the figure is pretty nice. Not the best I've seen, but fairly standard, I would expect from Union Creative. I do love a lot of the outfit details, the ribbons in the hair, the bug earring, necklaces, and the big boots are very cool. One of the complaints I have with this figure, unfortunately, is the face. I love how she looks at a distance, but when I get close to her face, I just think it's a little meh. I'm really not a fan of the mouth. I do love the big red eyes though, but the mouth looks a little weird to me. So overall, I think this is a bit of a niche figure. From a figure point of view, it's not amazing, but it's good. And it's probably just so unique on the aesthetic that if you're into this kind of vibe, then I would recommend this figure and you should pick it up. There is something about it to me that feels very like old school and weirdly like retro. Maybe it's because I've seen this figure for many years. I don't know, maybe it's to do with like how this outfit's just so generically Sailor Fuku with the big boots and the whole vibe of it feels a little 2000s to me in a weird way. So like I said, I have the Miku one, which guys is like even more amazing than this one. Oh, I can't wait for it. That will be coming soon. And I really want one of the Kaz like crab or mechanized form, which is a very acquired taste. You either love it and you get it, or you hate it, which is fair enough. I really want the nurse one. Oh, I've never really seen it for a good price. I don't really see it much on the aftermarket, but it's probably like on the grail list, just somewhere there, because it's very cool, very unique. I'd love to own it. Lastly, I have one more figure to unbox, and it is no stranger to the Daijo Bubu anime figure unboxing cinematic universe. I have another Mythos figure. I've unboxed it, which is why I'm showing you the back of the box. This is from the A to Z line, which they've done 5 figures from, and it's based off of a series of illustrations from one of my favorite artists ever called Neko. And this is the A to Z E. So I can only believe that the E stands for edgy. Oh, the E stands for executioner. Oh my god, that's literally better than edgy. That's edgier than edgy. She's so perfect for this video. But yeah, I really like all of the figures in this line. I have 3 of them and I love them dearly. And I was really debating whether to get this one. Like, I really jumped back and forth, because when I already have 3, it's hard to justify adding a 4th. But I did decide to pre-order her, and now that she's open, oh my god, I am so glad I picked her up. Here she is. Oh my god. I love her so much. I love how she's cute and badass. I will add, she also retails for 18,000 yen, which is considerably more expensive than the rest of them. The rest of them were like 14,000 yen, so we'll see if she's worth the extra money. But guys, I can't believe I like nearly didn't buy this. I was sleeping hard on this figure. She is so so stunning. You can't really tell from the promo photos, maybe you can tell from this shot, but she is huge. Her weapon is bigger than my face. It's way bigger than it looked in the promos, and it makes the whole figure literally look amazing. I love how ridiculous she looks carrying this axe. She's like this small girl, and I love that vibe. So the figure quality, I actually think, is a bit of a step up from the previous figures. As expected by My Ethos, the sculpting is really nice, and there's some fantastic details in the outfit and weapons. But what I really noticed is the shading is a lot better. Her jacket, her white dress, and even her legs have multiple shades of color that essentially make like a black and white figure really pop. I love the hints of purple in this figure, and there's this translucent piece under her dress, and I love her shoes. Oh my god, I can't get enough of them. The only thing I like more than her shoes is her face, and I think this is probably the best face I have seen from a My Ethos figure. I don't know, something about it, the shading on the cheeks with the blush just really make her come to life and looks like she just walked out of the illustration. I love it. I feel like I'm gushing too much about it, but I love this figure. I can't believe I nearly didn't buy her. She's my favorite of the A to Z line now by far. So my ranking will go number 1 is her, number 2 is B, number 3 is D, and the last one that I have is S, which for a while was my favorite, but I don't really like it as much. But they are making another S, so there's a redemption round coming up. I don't really talk about C because I don't own it because I'm sleeping on her. But yeah, oh my god, that is everything that I wanted to show you guys. I feel like this was a bit of a longer and hectic video, so thank you for staying around if you've got to this point already. I hope you enjoyed the video, even though it was a dumb theme that just lets me wear dumb shit on my head. I hope you have a good week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye. Ooh, I love it. I literally can't not look at what I'm filming and freak out every time I see this giant fucking head.